Alright guys, here's another little project I'm doing. I have two flint knives. One right here is an Obsidian blade with a piece of yew wood. There's the sapwood from the yew. And there's the heartwood. You see the contrasting lines here. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, looks pretty. Big old knot in it. This is a bow that broke. My very first yew bow that I ever tried to make, and it broke on me. And that's just an Obsidian blade that I made. Again, I'm not the greatest flint knapper, but that thing is sharp. It will cut fillets of meat. I cut up a pig with it already, and it worked great. So that's yew wood right there. And then this one right here is just a piece of, I think it's Texas root beer flint. And the handle is Osage orange. Get in the light a little bit, maybe you can see it better. And these are just two flint knives that I made. Nothing major, nothing special, fancy about them. This is cow sinew on this one, and with wood glue. And then this one is totally primitive. This is Texas chert. And this is white-tailed deer back sinew, and then I used pine pitch to put it in first, then white-tailed deer back sinew, and then hide glue over the sinew. So this one's actually authentic. It's not perfectly straight, but it doesn't really need to be. It cuts. And like I said, that's Osage orange handle. So we got the two best bow woods, I consider to be the two best bow woods that there is. Yew wood and Osage orange as the handles of these two blades. And what I'm doing with them is I'm going to polyurethane these wooden handles. So I made a little holder for the blades here out of some leather and my vise. And I got this little paintbrush. And I got some polyurethane, and basically I'm just going to get polyurethane on the paintbrush and just paint polyurethane onto them. It's not rocket science here. And it doesn't take much polyurethane to do it. We're talking one paintbrush full will pretty much do the entire handle. Maybe a little more to do the other side. I hope that wind's not bothering you guys. It's kind of windy. I'm blocking it right now with my body though, so it should be okay. But anywhere where the wood's real porous, you want to put a little extra polyurethane on it. This is, common sense stuff here. Nothing special going on. A little bit of hair right there I'd like to get out of it. I've been making rabbit fur silencers a lot lately. And there's just rabbit fur all over everything. Hang on. Trying to get some of these hairs off the end of this brush. It's just wiping them everywhere. That's pretty good. A little hair right there. It's better to use foam for polyurethane, but I'm just slap out. There's just hairs coming off this brush like crazy. Maybe I should go get a different brush. That's what I'm going to do. Hang on a second. Go over here to my workshop area. I've got a couple other brushes. I used up all my big ones painting the bows as I was working on them. Maybe one of these white ones, or maybe this oil brush right here. This is an oil brush, I can tell by the bristles. Maybe it'll work better since it's oil-based polyurethane. Hopefully it doesn't leave those streak lines in it forever, but it's pretty much done. I'm just getting some of them hairs off. Let it dry a little bit, and then I will give it a light sanding with like a 400 to 500 grit sandpaper. Sorry, probably didn't even have you guys in the frame. I'll let it dry a little. I'll give it a light sanding, 400 or 500 grit sandpaper, and then that's it. Then just polyurethane it again one more time. And that's 2 coats of polyurethane, and these handles will look and feel like you're holding a piece of glass. And it really brings out the beauty in this wood. I mean, I don't know how good the camera is picking up this piece of yew. Here, let me pull it out by the blade here and show you. But I mean, that's just got all kinds of beautiful swirls in it. Obviously, the camera is not doing it justice. But there's just so much detail in the sapwood right there, and in the other side. It's unbelievable. All the different growth rings. You can even see it in the sapwood. There's just tons of different growth rings all swirling everywhere. Yew wood is by far a very pretty wood. I feel like the heartwood of yew wood works very similar to Osage orange. Figure out somewhere to set this down at for a second, where the handle isn't going to be exposed to anything. Let's see, maybe I can set it. Like that. We'll stick this Osage orange wood in here. Go. And we'll do the same thing to the Osage. Now, these woods have already been sanded and worked down, and let's see here. I hope the camera is showing the massive difference once it gets wet with the polyurethane. Now, this isn't very primitive, polyurethaning your flint knives, but I think it looks really nice. Makes them look very nice. And they would have used bear grease or something in